Welcome to video number 8 in our series. In this one, we're talking about connected in despair. And so this state of consciousness it wraps around a person being able to find the various parts of their body, but then as they're connecting into their body, what they feel is that which is not pleasant, that it's uncomfortable, there's a sense of maybe nausea, there's resistance in the muscle movement, it's not fluid, but it's not graceful like connected in ease. And so the point of this video is for you to really learn how to be able to take the areas of your body that you're connected into in ease and then be able to spread that through your own physiology. And like, what's the strategy for spreading the ease through your body? Well, to be able to spread the ease through your body, you need to be able to recognize where you have ease and where you have a lack of ease. And so the state of despair can be identified, like the easiest way to identify it in your body is that when you put your hands there and you have your focused attention and you're moving moving that part of your body and you're attempting to get breath there, that yes, it's coordinated, yes, you can do it, but the experience isn't pleasant. And so that's how you can identify where you're connected in despair. And the reason that we call it connected in despair is because if you leave it unattended to, if you only connect into your body where you feel a good sense of ease all the time, and you neglect the parts of your body that are less coordinated, then what will happen is the energy will continue to build inside of that part of your body, and over time it will cause distortions in your system, and it'll be kind of like flying under the radar, that you keep paying attention to wherever you have ease. Like, I always have ease over my eyes, over my upper chest, and it's like if I only paid attention to those two parts of my body, then it would be very easy for a more and more intense energy as the weeks and months go by to develop. Maybe, like for me personally, it would be in my low back on the left-hand side or over my belly button. And so if I don't bring the ease to the parts of my body that are not quite as connected, what will happen is that the area that I'm connected with but isn't very clean, it'll start to manifest in my body as various low-grade symptoms. Then I would attend to it. And if I left it alone, then it would play out bigger inside of my body and it would play out bigger in my life. So even though the demonstration portion of this video is really simple and it's already stuff that you actually already know how to do, it's actually one of the biggest things that I see that's neglected inside of people taking care of themselves utilizing evolutionary personal care, is that they connect into the parts of themselves that they really enjoy and find peace and ease, but they don't really root around in the other parts of their system and find where that more locked up energy or that overwhelm of information is kind of hiding. And so the encouragement of this video is for you to, yeah, for sure, you already know where you have ease, but the other side of it is, where is the despair spooling up? And then to attend to that. And as we move in the direction of teaching you the strategy of how to take care of that part of your body, It's just my encouragement to make sure that you attend to all of the parts of your body so that it doesn't spool up and become some sort of an overwhelm. So we're going to, maybe Naomi, you could come up here. Okay, and you could just, okay, so what I'm looking for you to be able to do with yourself in Connected in Despair is a few very simple things. One is to identify where you have ease at. We've covered that quite a bit. You should have a really good skill at doing that. So we're going to do that right now with Naomi. So, And the breath pattern is in the nose, out the mouth for this whole video series. Bring your hands here. Your upper chest. So she can clearly find all of these parts of her body. Probability is that one's going to be more smooth, one's going to have more ease, one's going to have more peace, one's going to feel more spacious than the others. And this changes as you just experience your life, because you deal with all kinds of different things in your life, and different challenges are going to lock you up in different ways. So going through it and really being able to tell where you have ease in this moment is really wise. And then over your hands, over your eyes. Okay, where's the best place?
Probably here.
Yeah, okay, great. So, and then where's the area that it has a fair amount of defense or is a little bit more challenging?
This is the most challenging.
Okay, got it.
And it's,
Yeah.
could be there, but.
Okay, so start with your hands over your eyes. So this is that same kind of a thing where it's just like you're going to want to spend 70 or 80% of the time bathing inside of that which is right, because the more time that you spend focusing on that which is right, then the greater probability is that you're going to condition yourself to actually do these exercises. If you're always just looking for places that are not quite so right in your body, then you're going to forget. You'll just forget because it's unpleasant. And so if you spend 70 or 80% of the time in the place that feels the best, then you're going to remember to do it more. And so we're going to spend quite a bit of time up over her eyes, so she's accessing this vastness of ease that's up in this part of her body. Fair amount of ease up there? Yeah, okay, great. So one of the things about the human body is, it's magic. And the parts of your body will entrain other parts of your body. So just like a sponge soaks up water, you can have your hands soak up the ease that's inside of your body, and then you can redistribute that. So as you're doing this, Naomi, I want you to just let your hands soak up the ease in this part of your body. And if that sounds strange, just try it and see if you have that ability. I haven't met anybody that isn't their experience. And so some of the things that we talk about are a little bit strange, but if you try it, a lot of times you'll find that it's like, oh, whoa, that's interesting. That actually works. one more time. And it seems like you can absorb that ease into your hands. Yeah. Bring your hands over to position 3. Now let that ease from your hands drain into this part of your body. And breath in. And out. And breath in. And out. And one more time. Okay, hands back over your eyes. Breath in. One of the things that I've discovered while doing this work with myself is that I know that I'm done for the day, for sure, if when I put my hands wherever I've had the ease, wherever the anchor of ease is, and the ease doesn't come back, the reality is I've just used up the free energy in that area. That's a great indicator of when you're done redistributing energy through your body. And that ease came back, Naomi? Okay, great. And she's definitely filling her hands up with that ease, just like a sponge soaks up water. And bring your hands over position 3. Yeah. Letting it drain in there and out. This is simple as this process is. You just connect into the ease. You allow that ease to absorb into your hands, and then you move your hands to the place that you're connected in despair, where things are not quite as smooth, and then you just distribute that free energy into that part of the body. Once more. And out. Okay, hands back over your eyes. Once more. And hands over position 3. Okay, so what, if any, changes do you notice in position 3 here?
Overall, it seems smoother. There's still, as I'm kind of filling up the breath at the top, it's kind of glitchy to kind of stay in that spot. And so it takes a little bit more effort, but overall I would say there's more space and it's smoother.
Okay, got it. Breath in. And once more. And out. Okay, great. Hands back over your eyes. So my preference is that you always end, however you're working with yourself, that you always end back in a place of ease. And what I really like about this demonstration is that we're really after these subtle changes. It's like Naomi is not trying to resolve all of the energy inside of position 3. She's just checking in with that part of her body, and she's increasing the availability of that part of her system. This is about maintaining yourself and working with yourself to keep everything relatively online. And so I think that this is a really perfect example, because yes, she noticed differences inside of this part of her body, but at the same time, it's not like she's talking about, explosive rainbows and, unicorns and all this beautiful stuff that's, just not real. It's legitimate progress moving in a direction of more spaciousness and more ease in a part of her body that she happens to load tension as she's living her life. And that's actually much more beautiful. That subtlety and those small changes are super beautiful. Those are strategies for living that are valuable. Okay, so in this video, what we've done is we have gone through the process of helping a person recognize where they have the states of consciousness of connected in despair, like being able to connect into that which doesn't work really well and isn't full of a bunch of peace and ease. And so it's important to know where these places are. And as you work with yourself in this manner, where you connect into where the ease is 70-80% of the time, and bring that ease to the part of your body that you're connected in despair with, the more that you attend to your system, you're going to make a number of really neat discoveries. And I'm not going to explain all of them, but I'm going to explain one of them. One of them is that you're going to find a couple parts of your body that you in particular happen to just load tension, that just in your normal everyday life, you as a person, you just load tension in that part of your body. You're defending that part of your body really regularly. And when you know this, one of the things that's really cool when and if you apply the next video 9, when you apply that video, we call that sacred pause. That if you take sacred time to be in a part of your body that you can connect into while you're living your life, you'll notice when the circumstances in your life, when your body goes into defense while you're engaged in some sort of behavior or interaction with other people, whatever it happens to be. And it could be a myriad of things from any aspect of your life. But if you're paying attention to certain parts of your body while you're out walking around and moving around in your life, you'll notice when it goes into defense. And then the real learning can really start, because you'll start to be able to tell, like, oh, how could I have done that differently so that I didn't load that tension into my body? And so this is where some of this work starts to really amplify how fast a person is moving forward, is then the ability, like as things become, very peaceful and full of ease and energetically smooth and spacious internally, you develop the ability to tell when it contracts. And so the only reason it's going to contract is because for some reason you're going into defense. And then what will happen is that you'll be able to observe yourself going into defense in real time, and then you're going to be able to tell how you're being in your life of why you went into defense. And so there's a ton of learning inside of that, and that you can then modulate your behavior because you're observing how you go into defense. And maybe if you want to stay more energetically open, that you have to change the way that you actually behave, change how you are in relationships, change how quickly you move around, change what kind of actions you engage with. And so we'll see you in video 9.